Oh, come on. Don't do that.
Get out the insurance cards, get out the copays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by drroto.com.
So let's get to it.
Bring the pain! What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. Oh, yeah, and Dr. Roto got Dan. We're fresh out the Fight Club of Pain, and it's time to bring the pain. This man's going on vacation to the Outer Banks. What's up, Dan? Talk about it.
What's going on, man? I can't wait. First vacation in 3 years. 3 years.
It's well-deserved for what you do, man. Like, just getting the time off away to decompress. That's what this is all about, man. That's what living's all about. A lot of people forget that, but I'm happy that you've been working really hard towards this, taking the extra hours, trying to really get it, and also being consistent with the podcast as well, too. Like you said, you'll do the podcast next week. We'll go live. We'll just
poolside. I'm doing it poolside, bro.
yeah. They're like, yo, there's this crazy dude. He's got a mojito. He's about to jump off this 40-foot thing and drink the mojito and land a dive. And I'll be like, what are you talking about? What's going on? Like, so that's it. So just like we're going to talk for a few moments and stuff, but to get everybody that's getting in here while y'all are getting in here, yes, we're going to be giving out bets, live bets. We're going to be on the sport books. We'll also give out 2 DFS lineups at the end for DraftKings as well. And there's just a couple other things. Also, at the end, I will be giving out my future bets for this year's NFL's awards. I'm not doing every one of them because I have to write articles for some of them. But what I do want to give out is, like the defensive rookie of the year. I want to talk about that. I want to take a shot on offensive rookie of the year. I think Dan will really like that as well, too, because the way I'm going to throw it in there, the way I'm going to talk about it. But it's just about that. That's what we're all about, man. But I know Dan's already got a beer in his hand. Yeah.
Cheers, brother. Cheers. I got 5 hours until vacation. 5 hours.
I know. Dude. So you're not even going in tomorrow? Are you?
I'm going in tomorrow. I'm going in for 5 hours tomorrow. That's what I mean. I got 5 hours until vacation.
Oh, yeah. I was like, and almost for there, it just makes you like you're going to leave in 5 hours. But I know you're not. You're going to be meeting up tomorrow and stuff like that. Yeah. So, all right. Well, it's so fun. I can't wait. Last week was crazy. We had some. The card overall went really good. Of course, my 2 losses being on the main card again. You kicking my ass. You going 4-1. Me being 11-2 overall, 3-2 on the main card, man. And showing why that sometimes you just got to stick to your guns. Showing why the Nigerian Nightmare Kamaru Usman is one of the best, and that's what's been going on with Buckley. But, man, have you seen this stuff going on with Izzy and Buckley now?
Dude, Izzy will beat the shit out of him. Sorry, beat the out of him.
You can swear. It's loud. Anybody getting live? If you've got stuff to say, they'll put it in comments.
Izzy will give him the business, man.
You think so? Even after getting knocked out last time?
Yeah, even by getting knocked out last time. Yeah, he's too fast for him. He's too fast for him.
Okay. I mean, it was exposed again. You can tell. This is what I always talk about with better fighters. And Dan, you know this. Anybody watching this knows it as a fighter or even an ex-fighter, current fighter. You know when someone's better. The way he was able to sidestep Buckley's blitz just showed. It showed exactly why. At my last tournament, after I floored Robert, I was like, all right, well, I know this is going to be a beatdown. Let me just take it easy on him. Let me just take my points, hit them, and get through this matchup really fast. So I didn't have to work too hard. And that's almost what Usman did. But, dude, when he grabbed Buckley, took his shit down, and beat the hell out of him, he was like, oh, it's not going to happen again. It happened again, dude.
I told you. I called it.
I did. I don't know why I'm stupid and pick against people I know I'm going to pick anyway.
Yeah.
I knew Usman was going to win that.
Told you. Those fighters, man, when a strictly striker fights a sambo wrestler guy, he gets beat up every time.
I'll give it that, yeah, because I mean it's happening. It's constantly going on right now. and we're trying to figure out, like, okay, is this going to be the passing of the torch? But it shows again why legends are legends. It's a different level. There's Randy Moss, and then there's Juju Smith-Schuster. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, you have different times that somebody's great, but it's about that longevity. It's about being able to do it for a certain amount of time, like Jerry Rice and a lot of other players, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, and being in, Calvin Johnson.
Was Juju ever great?
Actually, he holds the records, I think, for the 20 and 21-year-old or 20, 22-year-old for most receiving yards as a rookie, or something like that at that age.
That's because everybody was double teaming AB.
I know. But yeah, I mean, and it's not like Moss was a little older, so if Moss would have been that age, he wouldn't even be near it. So it's just one of those things, one of those stupid football pops that you kind of hit. But yeah, going forward, everybody that's watching right now, everybody that's going to watch this in the future or look back, the Fight Club of Pain will be covering the Thursday night football game. As always, it's going to be part of the football package that I always do, the Ultra Contrarian show, the Hard Hits and Cool Picks review, because right now I'm doing the Heatastic review, and that's going to flip over to the Hard Hits and Cool Picks, because it makes sense. Hard Hits, right? The Hard Hits review. That's what it's going to be, because we're going to be talking about football, and we're going to be talking about UFC. Speaking of which, I think it's time to get to the first fight. We'll be covering 4 fights, team. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Bro, we got Muhammad Naimov versus Bogdan Grad.
All right, Naimov.
Talk about it.
Naimov, man, you wanted us to talk about this fight, so I had to do some digging because I don't know either of these guys. I'm not gonna lie.
This was the one I had to actually do a lot of little digging to, and most of it was like, dude, Grad had hair in some of these videos. He was submitting dudes, but go on, man.
So Naimov, man, he's 4-1 in the UFC, but he's a very even-keeled fighter, and he doesn't like to take a lot of chances. He has a lot of experience. He'll throw hands when there's openings, but he doesn't force it. He loves to force wrestling too much. He shoots when nothing's open at all. He's good at scrambling, and he loves the reverse positions in the clinch. Grad, this is only his second fight in the UFC. He's riding a 4-fight winning streak, though.
Yeah, he is.
He's a tough fighter with an even tougher chin. He's hard to submit, and he's all around a good defensive fighter.
He is. I agree with that. Go on.
He's more willing to clinch or wrestle than stand up and throw the hands, but he will use his leg kicks to set up his takedowns.
Yes, that's correct, dude. That's exactly what I saw in him too, man. You got any other little things you've dug out before we get right into it and breaking this fight down a little more?
I mean, not really. These guys are pretty much the same person.
They are. So what I did see when I was looking at Grad, of course, his price DFS wise, phenomenal price. I've actually just been sharing, so sorry I was looking down. I didn't want to throw anybody off. I've been sharing everywhere, trying to get as many people in here talking about the fights. This is the big one because the week after this, man, we got a double main event that straight up should be main events, period, man. Woo! But yeah, let's get it. So of course I saw that with Grad, and I liked early in his career that he went for submissions, and so I saw him pull off a triangle in a really precarious situation. I thought that was really cool as well too. So for me, when I see that, of course, the combos, I like the combos. He blitzes kind of like me. Of course, he kind of stays high, and whereas like when I blitz, I go high, low, high, and then kind of just run through my people, the raw rush. But at the same time, when I see that, I see that there could be a problem with that, because when he's down, also he keeps his fists like this, which is great. For defending kicks and defending hooks, but he's down. So I'm feeling that if he goes down, Naimov, who has power and good striking power and loves to send just a hand down. He's one of those fighters that kind of has the hand down key like that, right? So when you come at him, he's going to be right there. He's going to get points or half points. But if he sends a punch down that pipe when Grodd comes forward, he can hit him. He can knock him. But I do think that this, when I was looking at this fight, the distance is a no. It's a negative 138. And the knockout is a plus 130, which I love. I also love this about this fight, too. So the second and third round knockout for Naimov is a plus 500. Knockout in points for Naimov is a negative 170. And, of course, Naimov is the favorite. When I flipped over to Grodd, I looked at his knockout. His knockout for the second and third round at 850 looked really good because I really think that this first round is going to be them feeling each other out. Again, the same kind of wrestler, the same kind of strikers they're trying to do that, same kind of fighter, the way you're looking at.
Yep.
But one thing I did see, I'm not going to leave this for the bold cause. This is for everybody that's in here, all people getting ready out that. The second and third round submission for Grodd is plus 3,000. It's worth putting a half unit, a quarter of a unit on. If you're throwing down $10 and a quarter unit is $250, you're getting $70 back. So why wouldn't you want to throw that down for $250? Or if you're just going to throw down $1, you're going to make $31. It's a possibility, and that's what I kind of liked about this, is that this fight there's a really nice fight coming up that has a lot of positives at the moment right now. So when we get there, that I alluded to that, y'all going to get it, man. It's like I'm running that stuff. So who do you got winning?
I have Naimov, but by decision.
And I like it. So with you going with the Naimov decision, now the decision is in the positives. So I did look at that because I thought that because of the DFS terms. Now let me get over to Grodd. So Grodd on DraftKings, we're just going to hit it up real quick so that all of you knew. Also, I want to talk about something on DraftKings that came out 2 weeks ago. So this will be the third week it does it. It's freaking killer, man. It's freaking killer. But anyway, let's hit Grodd, right? Grodd right now is 7,400. That is perfect price. Again, his average is nice. Of course, he only really had that one fight. But at the same time, what I'm looking at is what he can do. If he can go 3 rounds at 7,400, that's where I'm going to go cheap. That's how I'm going to have to get in it. Because DraftKings pricing on their slate, their DFS slate, is a little tight. FanDuel was a little easier, so you can definitely work some stuff there. Again, get to Dr. Roto's Subs-Only Discord. All of this is going to be in the Subs-Only Discord over the next day and a half, because this event and my Five-tastic Fives will be out early too, because this event begins right in the afternoon on Saturday. So I wanted to say that. I'm picking Naimov too, and you're going decision. I'm going under on this as well. I'm going the knockout. I'm playing knockout for both fighters at plus 130. I don't care what happens in this fight. I'm going to play the knockout, and I'm going to make sure that I have the other stuff. But what I did want to do is, since you got Naimov with the distance in the positive 108 is the distance, right now for a parlay, that's a plus 151. Naimov distance. There you go. You got the dance special. Shine the light on me. Wow. All right. I am not a singer. You do not come here to hear me sing. I am sorry about that. But I will rap sometimes. All right. Next one. We got a heavyweight match. We got Curtis Blades. He ain't Blade from the Marvel Comics. Blade versus Rizvan. I failed 4 drug tests. Cuniv.
It's Cuniv. It's cute. All right. So Blades versus Cuniv part 2. Let's go.
Yeah,
What didn't we say the first time? So
yeah,
Curtis Blades is coming off a year-long layoff, and he's 1-2 in his last 3 fights, bro. He's never lost by decision or submission. But the thing is, he's been knocked out a handful of times.
Yeah, man.
He's been knocked out a handful of times. He's an above average striker with superior wrestling to most people in this division. So my man's making his UFC debut right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Cuniv. He is on a 12-fight winning streak. But this all gets an asterisk because the last promotion popped him for steroid abuse.
Yep.
So I don't know where to go from here. And it's only been 3 months. It's only been 3 months.
So that's the thing is right now, if he's jonesing for a hit, he will be in, like, let's say, withdrawals. And I don't think that and I've never taken steroids. I mean, back in the day, I did take androstenedione when it first came out. Well, not androstenedione, actually, straight up. I took hydroxycut. I had the hydroxycut when it had the ephedrine and the androstenedione in it. Man, that shit would just set you off. And you know, I'm already a jacked up dude. So I didn't take the dose of 3. I would take 1. And it was great. But then you seen, heart attacks happening on the football field on hot summer days, to teenagers, and that's not right. And so they cleaned a lot of that up. And, something like that isn't going to replace what he was taking. And he looks completely different right now. So that's the thing. But I will say, he's a cage wrestler. He loves to push people up on the cage, which could be playing into Blade's theory. He loves to do a lot of legs kicks. And he loves to bring in a knee to set up his wrestling. But the thing is he's sloppy. He is sloppy with those punches. And if what you go on.
Oh, no. I was going to say he's a high IQ striker, bro. He really is. Yeah. He has a high IQ, and he loves to wrestle, and he's going to look to frustrate Blades with his sloppy striking. Just like you were saying. Yeah. He has precision and timing, though, with his strikes, which is crazy with how low volume he throws.
Yeah. And again, when we go back over it, too, now, are we going to throw a lot and he's going to end up pushing Blades? Now, if Blades can get a reversal against the cage and when he does the reversal and get unit down, then he can get him in for a position for a ground and pound. And then I could think that. But if this stays on the feet too long, I could see Blades knocking him out. So when I did the knockout,
I agree. I agree with you.
It's either knockout or be knocked out with Blades. So the knockout prop is -125, which really is just, that's not much there. You're getting $1.25 for that. Distance is a -158, which is saying it's a healthy lean. Now, if you think that you think for some reason, and this is the only thing I could really get, is that if Rizvan can get a second to third round knockout, it's a +1,300. But really, I'm not looking for that. What I'm looking at, if you look at the first, second round knockout for Blades, it's a +180. But I like the money line under. Distance no, Blades is a +109. I think that's a safe bet for everybody as a parlay, and that you're able to get a little bit out of that. And if you do want to cover yourself with the knockout, then cover yourself with the knockout. But if knockout happens anyway, the money line and the under are the same thing as long as it doesn't go distance. So that's what I got, man. Who do you got winning?
I got Blades by third round submission.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get into that third round submission here because I'm curious to see what that is. I mean, I already looked at Kunev, and if it's one of those names that just get me here. Third round submission method and combo. 5,000, bro. I'm throwing 5,000 plus 5,000. That's just insano. I'm just I am just like, I can't even explain that. That's just like, it just +5. Like, again, it's like the +3,000. It's like, whatever way it may happen, it could happen. So literally a quarter wins 1,250. You be the judge, people. But what's funny is if you do Blades third round submission with Naimov money line and goes the distance, yes, it's a +12,702.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome. So yeah, I like that. I'm definitely gonna hit that right there because it's definitely it's a possibility it does happen. So for that right there, you could say then we should play Blades knockout and submission, which would be, of course, the double chance. And knockout and submission is a plus 120. I like that. I'm going to hit that too because that covers everything. You throw your quarter, 50 cents, dollar, $2 on the crazy third round submission, and then you just play it safe the other way. You're going to win money all across the board. Woo! All right, you got Dan, got
Right.
Matt.
Bro, if that happens,
yeah, that'll be the boldest badass call by UFC analysis and analyze all year long. Nobody's hitting 5,000 straight up.
I'm putting $20 on it. I'm putting $20 on it.
I would put $2 on it.
I'm
maybe
putting
$20 on the under.
No, I'm putting $20 on it.
You just do your vacation ass self, man. You just do what you gotta do. I love it, man. I love it. All right, now it's time. It is time for the co-main event. In this corner, we have Rafael Adaman Fizev versus Ignacio Bahamundes. Ooh, yeah. This freaking match is going to be fired in. Talk about it, because I'm excited.
Man. So, Fizev, man, he's on a 3-fight losing streak right now. We all know this. He only loses to the elite of the elite in this division.
Yeah.
He is an elite striker, and he has lightning in both of his hands. Plus, he's one of the best Muay Thai fighters in the whole UFC.
That is a fact.
He's very explosive. He looks for counters, and his body kicks will wear down any opponent. He wants to close his distance with his speed and his footwork because Bahamundes has such a size and reach advantage.
He does.
Bahamundes has 3 consecutive first round finishes, man. He's going to want to use his teep kicks to keep Fizev away and keep distance. He doesn't want Fizev rushing him like he always does. He wants to keep Fizev at range and rely on his gas tank and take him into the deep water.
Yep. And I like what you said about that because, I want to bring up Ludwig Klein is like Fizev, but I would, of course, Fizev is a better striker than Ludwig Klein, in my opinion. If somebody else says something, whatever, that's your opinion too. I'm not going to disagree. Everybody has their styles. Everybody has their likes. But I think he gave Bahamundes problems. He gave him problems. And it's like me, them little small dudes can get inside and they work it. And this man, Fizev, he, again, took that short fight notice against one of the best fighters of all time, Justin Gaethje. And he hung. He didn't get knocked out this time. He made little errors at the third round. It looked like he did wear down. So that is going to play into a couple of the bets or the lines that I'm going to be mentioning soon. And what I really like about, again, so I'll give you a little history. Again, Dan knows this, and I'll give you a little bit of Bahamundes history too with the Fight Club of Pain. Yeah, there's history, right? So Fizev used to be one of the trainers for this guy that I go to the dojo with. He comes to my dojo where I learn karate, where I learn to kick ass and win point fights. You can go check out my latest creation on gift on my page. You can see me just go whack and dude go spin it, right? That's what we do. But this dude is a Muay Thai striker. So when you're fighting he's literally got it. He has an MMA fight coming up August 2nd here in Erie, Pennsylvania under the Bizarro Promotions.
We got to go. We got to go.
I mean, I always get free tickets, bro.
We got to go.
We get VIP free tickets because the guy from iHeart really always hooks us up. So I got to extend David. He's a really awesome dude. He really looks out for us, and he gives me, I think 4 to 6 tickets. So yeah, if you want to come up for that August 2nd, that's when he fights. And tomorrow Saturday, we have a bunch of guys fighting in Jamestown, New York. And so that's going to be really fun too. We actually have one of the younger students, one of the 14, 15-year-olds is fighting. I think maybe 16. I think he's 16. So Yeah, we have all sorts of kickboxing action, point fighting going on. So that's where his base comes from. He got it. Now, it wasn't like personally training. I assume, I don't know the whole story, but Pre's kind of a quiet guy. He's a really cool dude. But he brought up, and that's what made me start following Fazeev and seeing what he does. Now, Bahamundes was one of the first finishes we nailed on the Fight Club of Pain when he submitted Turner. Everybody had Turner in that fight. But we had that first, it was the first, second round combo submission, and we were able to get that first round. And we had the first round submission as well, too. I think it was a plus 1,400, and the round 1 and 2 was a plus 8 or plus 900. So, again, that's something that we have done. We have nailed some really big numbers going back to RDR and, the plus 2,300, and then, of course, the plus 2,600 on that thing. So, this is what we're doing. We're just trying to get big numbers off of small bets so we can win you as much money as possible. So when football season starts, we can blow up the slates and just own this shit. Yeah, that's what we do. All right, dude. Let's run these numbers. This is the fight I was talking about. Rafael Fazeev, distance with money line is a plus 225. That is sweet. First and second round knockout. I love it. Plus 470. I want to get that power with Fazeev, and that's when he's gonna have his power. So that's the idea of the knockout. Knockout for the total fight is a plus 185. Plus. Wait a minute. Second to third round knockout by Bahamundes is a plus 1,100. Plus. Oh, distance and money line Bahamundes as a parlay is a plus 156. Plus. A second to third round submission by Bahamundes is a 2,000. I don't think the submission happens, but I have seen it. I have won money on it. And because I have won money on it, I am recycling that money and I'm putting money on it, on all of that, because all of it is going to happen. Some way, shape, or form, you all are going to win positives. And you can get that, unless FanDuel is watching us right now, you can get that on FanDuel right now. And those are your money lines. Who do you got winning, Dan?
I got Rafael Fazeev winning by split decision. Not just decision, but split decision.
Split decision? Damn. Split decision. That's kind of funny. I'm so weird. I ain't even drinking yet, man. I should be having a beer. I'm over here drinking the Bring the Pain coffee. Ooh, yeah. I need to get my boy to make a Bring the Pain coffee, though. Honestly.
Pour some beer in it. Pour some beer in that cup.
Get some Baileys. You want to get some Baileys? And just spice it up. All right. This is I love Bahamundes. I want this fight to go the distance. Right now, both fighters are right in the middle. Fazeev is 8,000. Bahamundes 8,200. This is, again, like we were saying last week, and I was talking about with you the other day, Dan. This is the fight where it's in the middle. So, like, this is the one where they're having the most problems. But there's a few fights on this card that could just be freaking fire. And that's why, like, that Naimov-Grod fight is going to be fire.
Yeah.
Fazeev Bahamundes is going to be fire. Another one too that is going to be really good too is watching Hamdi and Muhammad Usman just fatted out in the middle of the ring, dude. It's going to be so much fun watching those just two guys just kind of go it. But I mean, Tufik Musayev and Mistabek Orobaj, dude, that fight could be fire too. So there's a lot of paths to a lot of great stuff, man. On this card. It's free. It's free on ESPN. If you have ESPN Plus, people, get it. I'll throw it out there. I ain't got no shame. Actually, I want to tell you some good news. I didn't tell all the people. I actually have an interview with Spreaker tomorrow at 11:30. So I'm getting paid for it. So I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, I love it. I'm all down. I'll talk about what Spreaker has done for me and what all the people, all the beautiful pain bringers out there watching the Fight Club of Pain, helping me and Dan do what we do and helping all of you, inspiring us to win all of you money. That's just the best, man. And so I wanted to say, like, I was really happy that they reached out to me and asked me that. It's an opportunity for money, man. Why not do it? Why not tell your story, right? So I wanted to tell you that because I didn't get to tell you that today, buddy.
That's awesome, man.
All right, let's get to the main event.
There ain't no main event unless the Macho Man Randy Savage rings the bell. Ding, ding. Ooh, yeah.
Nice. I like it. I like
I'm
it.
so stupid.
I like
I'm
it.
so stupid. All right. We got Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree Jr., the number 4 and number 7th ranked light heavyweight division guys. Dan, talk about it. Ooh,
So
yeah.
let me start with Khalil Roundtree. Khalil Roundtree, me and my wife have been a big fan of his since he was on The Ultimate Fighter.
That's awesome. You got his name under you then. Go
Yeah,
on.
yeah, we've been a big fan since he was on The Ultimate Fighter. And since he went to Thailand and learned Muay Thai,
Yeah.
he's become a savage. Like this man is a savage. He's
Oh,
five.
yeah.
He's 5-1 in his last 6 fights. He has a solid chin and unrelenting aggression, bro.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
Woo.
he will work the body with those mid-range kicks, and
Uh-huh.
dude, his body kicks are lethal.
Yeah. He's a big boy. That's a big
Yeah,
dude.
and this man is terrifying when he gets rolling. Ask Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
He got
Yep.
rolling against Pereira in those first 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh,
and I think, am I right when I said that he might have taken that on short notice?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
yeah,
So yeah, and that's the thing about these guys, man. Is like, you get that persona, that power, his legacy. You've got the old, get the fighter championships, then you're moving along, and now you have what he's doing now. But go on, man.
yeah.
This is your breakdown.
That man is terrifying right now. But Jamal Hill is on a 2-fight losing streak, but he's lost to the 2 best fighters in the division. Let's call a spade. He has.
Yep.
He has a lot of power at the end of his jab, and he likes to roll with his strikes. So, like, he fights in that Philly shell, so he'll roll and hit you with that quick jab. He loves to counter. He loves to counter, and he has powerful hooks. He has to be patient, though, and wait for openings against Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah.
He does have a questionable chin. Right? That we have to say it. He has a questionable chin.
That's right.
And in the last 4 years, who has this man really won against?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, got Teixeira, Santos, Walker.
Yeah. He beat Glover Teixeira, an old man. He beat Thiago Santos.
He beat the brakes off him for 5 rounds.
Thiago Santos isn't even in the UFC anymore.
No.
And he beat Johnny Walker, which is a mid-range guy.
Yep. The Jimmy Crute, everybody brings up the Jimmy Crute fight. Because they didn't, like, everybody did, the Jimmy Crute. It just, to me, man, it just is one of those guys where, it's almost Leon Edwards. They're like patient, but he does need to be patient. Because Roundtree, he comes in and, right?
Yeah, I mean, Jamal Hill, Mr. Dad Bod, he's built. I'm not gonna say he's built like me, man. Hey, he got a dad bod. He got a dad bod. But
he is good. He can do it.
He loves when he backs out of danger. He always backs up with his chin up in the air, though. His chin is up in the air, and that is key for Khalil Roundtree.
Yep. I gotta agree, because you don't back up with your chin up with somebody with power that can rush you like Roundtree. And of course, you said about that thing, his powerful, his kicks, everything you said, I have written down. The fast, hard hits. That's the thing, is he's going to need to do that, because it's not much. Like, people go, oh, he has a reach on him. It's like 3.5, 4.5 inches. I think it's 3.5 inches. I mean, I can look it up. I ain't looking at it right now. I'm trying to make sure that I'm engaged with all the people out there, and you yourself, Dan, because you're a beautiful dude. We're just trying to get it. But, like, that's what I see happening in this. It feels like, is there going to be enough killer instinct in Hill to overcome Roundtree? Because I think that I know he's durable, but that is in question with that chin, like you were saying. Of course, his losses have come by knockout. And of course, again, we know pro shit. We get Pierre, like, we get it. but at the same time, why are we sitting here doing this if you're not going to improve that? You're getting older, buddy, and now you have this huge slugger coming in, and your chin is in question. Right now, the line is actually even at both fighters -110. So they are calling this down the nuts.
Let's not forget the only people he fought in the top 10 right now, he's got knocked out by.
Yeah. Yep. You're 100% correct. And even when you go back to Craig back in 2021, I mean, he got knocked out in the first round. One punch.
Yep.
Like, he got one punch. He threw one punch in that fight. And you're supposed to be tall, fighting tall in your little freaking shell, and you throw one punch and get waxed?
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe it's going to happen. But I agree with you. So who do you got?
I got Khalil Roundtree by third round knockout.
Third round knockout. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Because I was feeling on that. The knockout, of course, and we'll see. We got you down. Bam. I'm picking Khalil Roundtree too as well. We actually are picking all the same fighters this week, so win, lose, or draw, that's the way it's gonna go.
That's the first time ever. First time ever.
I think maybe once or twice at the beginning before you went rogue, but then your rogue just led you down the path of winning.
I did go rogue. I did go rogue on you.
But that's okay. That's okay. So I did throw it in. I think if there is going to be the knockout bet for this fight is a -250. You're just going to play that. I'm probably putting 4-5 units on that. I know at the -250 it's not, but it's better. You don't need to pick either one of these guys right now. The no distance for this fight is -340. That's highly strong. Highly strong. So, and then if I want to actually go look at this, just so you get your round betting, your total rounds is under 2.5 is a -122. Over 2.5 is a -104. I do kind of like that. If it was a 3.5, I would definitely be running the under more than the over. But last week I threw an over on, I can't remember which one of the fights, but it went over 2.5 is like kind of like a bailout because it was like positives, like 255 or something, and it hit. So, that's one of those things that you might want to look at. But a first, second, third round knockout, because I think that's all he'll last in this fight, is a +120 or is a +290. And then I have a second round knockout for Roundtree at +800. Now, because I wanted a little better number than the 1, 2, 3 with Roundtree, the 2, 3, 4 with Roundtree, or I could just went 2 and 3 because the 2 and 3 for Roundtree is, well, I'll give you this. The 2, 3, 4 is a +320. Love it. I really think that this fight, we've seen a lot of fast finishes, or at least fights happen in some of these main events. It's been happening a lot that these fights have been happening fast. So I think this one might go outside of the first round, and that's what I'm looking for. So with that being said, if we're going to go second and third round is a +430. So again, I love when it comes to the 5-round fights, I say this all the time, the second to third round is the action rounds, but we have had some first round finishes. So the first round finish, if you do look at it for Roundtree, if you're just going to say, hey, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to play the first round knockout for Roundtree, where you're looking at +550. Right there, you have to nail it, and you can get it. But for me, I'm going to hit that. I'll play the 1, 2, 3. I'll play the 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to make sure that I get enough action on that -240 for knockout for both fighters, how the fight will end, because that's what I'm going for in that save. Man, dude, your third round knockout, let me hit the numbers on that too, because that's the one thing I got a little crazy with the numbers. Sorry if I lost anybody with that, because I do kind of go crazy into the numbers sometimes when I get lost. So the third round knockout is a +1000. So you got the second round knockout, third round knockout, 2, 3, 4 to cover yourself. First round overall for the +550, -250 overall for the fight. I love all that right there. I have a few bold calls like I've already made. I've already told you about Fazeev. Ulanbekov, I like a second to third round submission +600. Submission for the fight totally is a +250. Roundtree, I already gave you the +250. And I like Mullins. Mullins sub first, second round is a +550. Knockout in the first, second round is also a +310. Of course, Mullins sub and knockout, which I really love. I really love Mullins sub and knockout is a plus 105. Melissa Mullins plus 105 sub and knockout. And she's already fought her. She's already fought Zeleniakov. Whatever. At this point, we're going to talk about Spokane ladies.
I can't pronounce half these names, bro.
We try. A lot of people just like it's kind of a fun challenge and stuff like that for me sometimes to try to get these names right and stuff like that. So here we go. So do you have your DFS lineup ready, Dan?
I do. I just picked. That's what I was doing while you were talking.
Nice. See, we're looking out for you, people. We're looking out for you. So, are you ready to give it out yet, or no?
I am, man. I got Khalil Roundtree.
Okay.
I got Roundtree. I got Mullins. I got Musayev. Yeah, I took her. I took Musayev. I got Curtis Blades, Rafael Fiziev, and Grod.
Ooh-wee. Man, that lineup is fire, man. I like that. That is, I'm saying you definitely could win some money on that one. So when I was kind of doing my lineup and kind of going into what, kind of like what you were going off of and everything, and I'm looking at right now. So the first lineup I had this week was Roundtree, Fiziev, Alexieva, Orlabai. I was actually going to play Mata and then Ula Bekov because Mata's a straight punt, but because the pricing was a little crazy, I took my Mata and Fiziev or my underdogs. Now, I know that a lot of people are like, wait a minute, what did you just say? Yeah, I'm talking about Mr. Nicholas Mata all the way down there at 6,800. What I like about him is he's won 2 fights in a row, 7,000, 7,500. He got a first round knockout against Nolan, and then he did a 3-round decision with 78 strikes against Mahashet. If I said that right. Did I say that right? Mahashet.
I think so.
Okay, we'll just go with that. So. He scored 108 and 85 points. 85 points in a decision. A win decision. So if he doesn't win, he's still scoring 60, 50 points. Like, I know a lot of people are talking about, so when I was looking at the fight with Nazim Sadikov, right, he's the better striker. He's got tight, clean kicks. They're beautiful. He is a huge favorite for a knockout, right? But with Mata, he has an 82% wrestling defense, which really does play into. So that means Sadikov is going to have to keep it standing. Another thing I do like about Mata is he is fast and he is a solid striker. Yes. If I can get that, and Mata can just get him down on the ground. Now, again, Mata's control time has been dog shit. But at the same time, if I can just get him an active fighter, if he's willing to go head-to-head and hand-to-hand with Sadikov and get this, then a knockout in the fight is possible as well, too. And I just wanted to go to distance for that DFS lineup, for what you said right there. Because for me, that was kind of my like little throw. But outside of that, if I'm gonna go overall and I'm gonna make a straight up DFS lineup right now, and kind of give you who I feel is that, and if this goes, let's do a FanDuel. I don't ever do FanDuel. Let's give you a third lineup, people, a third lineup, right? So MVP, all of it's going on Ula Bekov. I feel he's going to just take Maxim apart. He's the safest guy, and I need those points. And the fight's early enough in that. So I'm going, and the pricing's a little better on FanDuel. But for some reason, man, they got Sadikov way up there. So we got Roundtree, right? Then we're going to go down. We're going to go to Fiziev. Boom. Then we're going to need our cheap guy. So you're going to go all the way down to Grod, right? Bang. I got 2 people left right now. 2 people with an average of $18 per person. This is where you could go Mullins, and since you have Grod, you don't really want to go Naev. You, of course, have Hamdi, but I'm going to go Park. I like Park. He's definitely going to get it. And you could go Oroboy if you want to go that too. So by picking Park, you have 19, which leads to Mullins. So on FanDuel, you have Ulanbekov, Roundtree, Fiziev, Grod, Park, Mullins. Cash that shit. That's
Cash
what we're
it.
doing. That's
Cash
what we're
it.
doing. Oh, yeah. All right. Make sure you get over to Dr. Roto tomorrow and get my Five-tastic 5. And now I give you what I said. Again, this is going to be part football. This is right now when we're going to be giving out that Thursday night lineup for Thursday, the showdown lineup. So, Dan, real quick to give you a rundown, the DFS lineup, again, is going to be 5. It's usually 5 players on either site. You know, you get it in there. You could pick the running back, wide receivers. Quarterbacks are always like $15,000. So
Yes.
really it comes down, like some people get lucky. You get the captain spot, they'll put a defense there so they can save a lot of money and put on a lot of people. So you can do
Okay.
it, but that's how you can win a little bit of money. So we'll be doing that. That'll be a little fun little thing to throw together. We'll make a little invitational where you could throw in one and see how it goes. Because Dan doesn't really gamble. He just loves talking fights. If this is your first time ever watching the Fight Club of Pain. So
So before we do this, can we
Yes.
talk about next week?
let's talk about it.
Can
What
we
do you
talk
want to talk about?
Can we talk about the next week's UFC event, please?
We can.
Like how stacked it is.
Yeah. I mean, we could definitely talk about that. Go ahead, Dan. Where do you want to start at?
Dude, you got that the whole card. The whole card. It's
The whole
the-
card.
Yeah, it's the whole card, dude. I mean, we got Topuria and Oliveira, Pantoja versus Cara France, Royval versus Van. That's going to be a
Yes.
banger.
Dude,
I got-
Dariush
that-
and Marcano,
Yeah, and Talbot and Lima too.
Royval, Van. We just
Yeah.
saw Van. Van won us money. I mean, and then we got that. Oh, dude, we got Hermanson versus Rodriguez. Rodriguez getting slapped apart last
Yeah.
time, but looking a huge favorite. And I'm sitting here
Yeah.
watching this stocky, unmovable, strong guy just get
Just
waxed.
get smacked. Just get
Get
smacked around.
smacked the whole time, dude. But I mean, you got so much on this card that it's gonna be so fun to just break down. Of course,
Yeah,
we will be covering Topuria and Oliveira, Pantoja, Kai France, Dariush, and Marcano. We'll be doing Roval, Van, and because we will do 5. We always do 5 for the big UFCs. So we'll probably do Hermanson versus Rodriguez, unless you had another one you'd rather cover.
Dude, that Talbot versus Lima is good too.
Okay, we'll do 6. Because we were pretty fast this week. We're at 47 minutes, and we're dude, yeah.
Dude, that
Gotta
card
tune in.
that card is so stacked.
All right. Let's do you want to give out any? We don't want to give out any picks right now. We gotta make sure everybody comes back next Thursday, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna be on vacation, so if he's gotta get back from the beach or the pool.
Oh, I'll be poolside. I'll be poolside.
He's been poolside. His notes are gonna fall in the water because we write stuff down. See, that's what we do.
That's what
It's what we do. All right. So I was going over some of the futures for the NFL this year and some of the awards. First, I'm going to throw in. I already have the Steelers over 8.5. That was plus 850. I got that in. Rams Super Bowl plus 1900. Whatever. Laugh all you want, people. But the Rams do have a team that can make it to the Super Bowl. Rams over 9.5.
You got a top 10 quarterback in the league. Top 10 quarterback.
We got 2. If Devontae Adams returns to Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua is lethal again, and our running backs, of course, Kyron Williams. We got Blake Corum coming back.
Puka Nacua is always lethal. He's always
lethal. We have an offense. We're a problem, people. We're a problem if we stay healthy. Plus, bringing in Poona Ford along with Jared Verse, Brandon Fisk. We got Bob. We got everybody in the middle, man. We're gonna be good. I don't like our linebackers still overall, but I'll take it because I mean,
good,
some
man.
weak points. But secondary will do it. We're good. I just love the fact that we're going to be able to play some games and win some games. So that's why 9.5 Rams over 9.5 wins, negative 135. I do like that. Jared Verse, Defensive Player of the Year. If you listen to my review podcast that was released on Monday and Tuesday on the Dr. Roto Network, you know why I said if Jared Verse hits these stats, he will become a pain bringer. those stats would have catapulted him into the top 7 in the defensive end, defensive line position. And with that being said, of course, because some leagues still credit Verse as a defensive end, plus 1,500, I'm going to give anybody that's working with Aaron Donald in the offseason my money, because Aaron Donald has won me a lot of money over the years. So I'm definitely going to take that. Ashton Gianti is overall, I know people, overall offensive player of the year, rookie that is, plus 270. But I think Cam Ward, if he starts and can play a full season and be solid because of that quarterback love, gets that plus 300. Was there anybody that you were thinking? Offensive rookie of the year?
Offensive rookie of the year?
I got one.
I got one for you.
Okay.
But I don't think you're going to agree with it.
Doesn't matter to me.
I think it's who's that? Caleb Johnson.
You know what's funny? Written right there, plus 3,000. Plus 3,000. And I'll tell you why.
I think he takes the number one spot from Jaylen Warren, and he runs with it.
And this is exactly it. He is actually better than Najee Harris. If Najee, slow turtle ass Harris, can get 307 carries for 1,200 yards, averaging his measly 3.9 yards, score 7 touchdowns, he will. Dan is correct. Caleb Johnson at a plus 3,000 is definitely a long shot. If at any point, and last year, you saw what happened with Jaylen Warren missing a lot of the beginning of the season, did not look like himself. It was a big part of the Steelers' offense. That is Caleb Johnson's running back field to run with. He has a clear path to a number 1 role as long as he stays healthy, as long as he can protect, Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers will be able to, Aaron Rodgers will be able to use Calvin Austin III and Jaylen Warren out of the backfield. It's going to work butter-like so that Johnson will come out. But I'm telling you right now, he can take that 1,000 yards that Najee's been doing as number 1 role and fill it. I don't know if overall that will, I don't know, like the Raiders, if they stink out, Gianti's stats may not be as good as Johnson's. You're getting go on.
Johnson, he's the same size as Najee Harris, and he's faster.
Yes.
So you give someone faster the same amount of carries and the same holes that you gave Najee Harris. What's going to happen?
Dude, and another thing too is, and this is why this is going to be big too. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense is going to be freaking dope this year. Oh, that's just the easiest thing to say. Y'all don't understand. Derek Harmon is going to wreck the books this year. Nobody's maybe talking about Derek Harmon because they're going to be like, what's Derek Harmon doing? Because TJ Watt's going to be assaulting everybody. And they're going to be like, oh, wait a minute. And then Derek Harmon's going to simply get in. The defense is geared to take over games. When that happens, there's going to be turnovers. Turnovers are going to be ran to the 1-yard line, close to the thing. You're going to give it to your rookie running back that wants to make a statement that's powerful and fast, and he's going to score the touchdowns. I'm going to say this right now. Caleb Johnson scores more than 10 touchdowns this year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If he scores more than 10 touchdowns this year, Cam Ward stinks out, is in and out the lineup, back and forth. Gianti and the Raiders stink. Caleb Johnson plus 3,000 is the offensive rookie of the year. You could take my money.
And I don't mean to fanboy, but
I know. It's okay.
I'm sticking with the Pittsburgh Steelers for defensive player of the year, and mine's a dark horse. I'm going with Yaya Black.
Oh, I wonder what the odds are on that, man. There's just no way that could even be like a number. So what I guess I'm going to try to find them. I'm going to try and find that for you people. I don't know if I can find it fast enough, so hang in there. I'll throw out a couple more. Comeback player of the year, Dak Prescott. That offense with George Pickens added to CD Lamb. I don't need a running back. Do you guys think Dallas needs a running back?
Nope.
Just throw the ball, people. Throw the ball. And
it depends on where Pickens' head's at. Or if he tries. Or if he tries.
Okay, so that is the problem with Dallas. They let their wide receivers kind of run a bunk and stuff like that. But as long as Pickens knows that he is clearly second fiddle, yeah, I know, right? That's gonna be a lot. To CeeDee Lamb, the offense flows through CeeDee Lamb. Then I feel that he will have a great year. He's going to be a great draft pick late in many fantasy football drafts. So that's some guy that you're going to want. I mean, you're not going to want anybody else. This goes back to the Rams in the greatest show on turf. Did you think people was like, oh, I'm only going to draft Isaac Bruce and not Torrey Holt? Anybody that said that lost their league. Believe me, I know. And people go, well, what's your latest? Godwin. Oh, Mike Evans. Oh, we could do that again. Oh, well, Godwin was hurt last year. Just look at the roll, people. Just look at the roll. The points. Oh, look what the Rams did with Nakua. Look what teams can do with this. You don't be scared to take a second receiver, because if an injury happens, you have the number one receiver on that team now. And that's what we saw. Juju Smith-Schuster step in for Rice when he got hurt. He immediately was able to come in and put up a productive game, making that waiver wire selection a great selection. And that's stuff you get from Dr. Roto in the Subs Only Discord and on all that stuff. And that's what I'm talking about, right? I'll give you Rookie of the Year defensively. Abdul Carter is a plus 200. And I know all you guys are going to be like, oh, Abdul Carter. But here's the problem. He still has Brian Bird. He's going to be in and out with Theobo. And they are stacked. They still got Bobby Okoria in there. And they're just going to be good, Jackson. So I don't see Carter winning Defensive Player Rookie of the Year because there's too much talent that does what he does, especially Burns. Burns is going to take a lot of his sacks. So, and I've covered Burns for all these years, and I know what he's going to do. And I know what he does. Last year with the Giants, and I can't think of it offhand, but it was part of my defensive things when I was talking about the Giants defense. When Burns was on the field, the Giants defense literally was like top 10, if not top 7 or something like that. But when he was off the field, it was like around the 22nd, and the secondary was totally bad. So that is why Jalen Walker stepping into a starting position on the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, I know Caden Ellis is there. He's part of my Prainbringers tiers on my tiers for foot. But plus 850. I have nailed back-to-back Rookie of the Year. And that's my pick this year. I'm not saying I'm going to nail it, but I think Jalen Walker can definitely provide the sacks and everything for the Falcons. He's going to definitely have a lot of time to get enough tackles to outproduce Abdul Carter, who is surrounded by way more talent that does the same thing. That's my opinion. You could run with it, and I got that. So I gave you that, and we'll give you Dan's NFL pick, man. But
Black.
Do you think the Steelers win more than 8.5?
Yes. I think they win 11 games this year.
11 games. What? All right. 11 games. 11 games. You almost want to go look at that. So you said what you said, of course you said TJ Watt. TJ Watt for Defensive Player of the Year is a plus 1,000. I would throw money on that too. And then you said wait a minute, you said Defensive Player of the Year was who again?
No, I said rookie. Yeah, Black.
We got to see if they're even giving us Yaya Black, because I don't know if they are. Oh, dude, it's just going and going and going and go. Oh, dude, it's like I'm in the. He's not even on here. You can't even make that bet.
No, you can't. No,
well, there's got to be somebody out there that there's somewhere out there they have way more than that. But as of if you're on here,
there's openings on that defensive line, and I think he wins that position.
I don't think he beats Derek Harmon out. I think he sits.
I think Darren Harmon's going to play on the other side, and I think they're going to play more 3-4 this year.
Yeah, so I think with Keanu Benton, I think he can definitely overcome Keanu Benton. So I do like that. Is that Cam Hayward too? Cam Hayward's still going to be there, but he's been banged up. I'm surprised he hasn't retired yet. But I like it.
He's a two down lineman, and you play him on second and third down. That's it.
Steelers defense, people. I'm telling you, he's telling you, you're definitely going to want to draft him.
And they're in talks to get Jalen Ramsey right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you already got Darius Slay. You got Deshaun Elliott, who is definitely a pain bigger for me, and Minka Fitzpatrick. You have Joey Porter Jr. Your nickelback right now is B.D. Bishop. So if you can bring in Jalen Ramsey, yeah, and he tackles. People forget. People go, oh, he gets burned, but that boy gets stuffs too. Don't get it wrong. That boy does try to make plays. He gets burned sometimes doing it, but he definitely get it. I love it, man. Everything looked great.
Dangerous.
He's dangerous. All right, brother, we're at an hour. Everybody, I want to say thank you for tuning in, checking out the Fight Club of Pain. Again, we will be talking a little bit of football going forward like this. I just wanted to make sure that we get all that included because, man, Dan's a huge football fan, as you know, and a huge UFC fan. So that's what makes the Fight Club of Pain so unique for everybody. I hope everybody had a great time. Dan, thank you for coming on again.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. And I'll see you tomorrow, bro.
I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna throw some beers at each other. Then we're gonna have drinks some beers, watch some Friday Night SmackDown. Make sure you get to drroto.com into the subs only Discord. Use code word DOC. You get a percentage off of your subscription. And get to the 5-tastic picks. The 5-tastic picks went. I'm 60-11 on that article, but now I'm kind of not going to really keep. I'm not going to keep track of it anymore because I've kind of changed the article into a full 5-fight review, which I include some of these fights, but there's a lot. I'll tell you who's one of the fights on there is the Park fight. So I covered the Park fight on the 5-tastic picks. That's why you need every ingredient to win money in the UFC and the Fight Club of Pain. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great day, Dan.
Hey, if you ever need help on the other podcast, just let me know, man. I'll come do that with you too. You just let me know.
The review podcast. I mean, what I want to do is I want to actually put you on my hit podcast because those are the podcasts I always come up with the stupidest names, like this guy's Pickens over me when Pickens is getting all flipping out. So I love those ones too. So that's kind of the one that I'm gonna. But yeah, dude, we are definitely. We just love podcasts. That's what we do, man. Let's get it, people. Have a great day, everybody. And always remember to bring the pain. And may the fights be with you. Ooh, yeah.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit, be well and take care.